Call 219, and this is late at night. But yesterday we talked about this. It's all over the internet. The government wants to ban Russian imported ammunition. This takes effect in September, from what I'm gathering from people's videos and what we talked tonight on the Right of the People. That's MK Outdoor Journal's live chat that he has on Friday nights. Why is it now? I see a lot of YouTubers say, oh my God, the sky is falling, but here's my coupon code. The big questions that you should be asking yourself at this point is, why is it happening now? Why didn't it happen under the Clinton administration? Why didn't it happen under the 8 years of Obama? Why is it happening now? Those are the things you should be searching out, not coupon codes of where to buy ammunition from. That's what you should be focusing on. I ask people all the time, get out of your cognitive dissonance. Stop dealing with the left and right paradigm and look at the paradigm that you're living in right now. Why is it so important for this administration to take steps and these agencies to take steps to ban this ammunition now? Why didn't they do it before? We've talked about, these countries couldn't import firearms for the longest time. Ever since the Clinton administration and all that stuff, the Reagan years, all this stuff. Why is it now? That's the question. Why is it now this important to stifle ammunition from Russia? Because I'll put a picture right here. This stuff just floats around on the shelves now that I've just come across, and it's from Turkey. And let's face it, folks, Turkey is one of the biggest sponsors of terrorism. Not only that, they're in NATO. So, the government is not your friend, and these other countries, they ain't our friends either. Who are your friends? It's those people that you're hanging out with at a barbecue. It's those people that you're probably hanging out online that you've met and that you've created a bond with. Those are the people that you should be kind of trusting at this moment, not the government. The government has just done one of the biggest straw purchases that I've ever seen in my lifetime. I wasn't alive for Vietnam. I wasn't alive for I was alive for the first conflict with Afghanistan, but I was a small child at that point. This is the biggest. This is bigger than the Fast and Furious operation that they pulled down with the cartels in Mexico, where those weapons ended up killing people that were our NATO allies. So, that should be your question. That should be on your mind. Why isn't Turkey being sanctioned for their sponsorship of terrorism, and why is their ammunition not being taken off the shelves, or why is it being imported? Why are some of these other countries' ammunition being imported when they've had their hand in terrorism at one point or another? We've had our hands in it for quite some time. These are the questions you should be asking when being a Second Amendment advocate. I advocate for our 2A rights, and I believe it's very important. But I see that's one of our downfalls. I look at the left, and the left is very organized. Whether you want to disagree or not, they are. They get their points across because they use social media to the fullest. They use it to the fullest. And I think this is our time to start using it to the fullest. This is where we bother our Congress people, our representatives. Leave them stuff on their Facebook. They hate it. The reason why they hate it and they can't take it down quick enough is because everybody can see. Everybody can see it. Instagram, Twitter, any form of social media these scumbags use, start bombarding them with it now. Whether it's here over the weekend, you give them a call, or on Monday morning, give them a call and ask for a reason. And make sure it's a legit reason. And make sure you get a response of why they're doing this at this critical junction that we're seeing. We have seen so much shit in the past 6 months, in the past couple of years, that have not made sense. In Australia, it's bad there. It's bad. I've seen the videos. Whether these videos are real or not, I've seen these videos of them taking children, taking them into a facility, taking them to a stadium, and injecting their experimental goo into these kids' arms without parents' consent at times, and without their parents being present. Now, for a quick second, think about yourself in that situation with your kids if you have kids. Think how you would react if someone came to your door and asked for your children. Come on, folks, wake up. This isn't about the left. This isn't about the right. This is what people are stuck in on the right side of the table. The left and right paradigm is a scheme. It's a scheme, and it's killing us, and it's making us so lost in the thought process. And we need to climb out of it. We need to ask these questions right now. Why is Turkey's ammunition being flooded onto the market at this point when they're a huge sponsor of terrorism? And why is it so important now that Russia doesn't have their ammunition on shelves, or their hand in the ammunition that appears on our shelves? Why is it so important now? Is it another poke at gun owners, like we've seen the ATF do with the closing comment periods for the redefinition of a frame and receivers, to the SB tactical problems that they're having with pistol braces, distractions, Chipman, trying to get our minds off of Afghanistan? Think about these questions, not the questions of who's got a good coupon code. The questions that need to be dealt out there on social media and in these Congress critters' faces, and get answers for them. And not some bullshit 2-bit answer that they give all the time, or their little placard that they always give us. We need solid, concrete answers to this. Why are other people that sponsor terrorism having their ammunition show up on our shelves, but Russia, all of a sudden, the ammunition that they dabble with is now going to be restricted? Is it a shot at gun owners? Is it a shot that the Biden administration is putting on Putin because Russia has pretty much cackled at us for the debacle that we're seeing unfold in the Middle East? What is the actual reaction that we should have, and not some bullshit comment that the politicians always give us? And do not settle for these bullshit answers. You ask definitively, you berate them on Facebook, you berate them on social media. If a lady can sit on there and tell you to bother people while they're eating dinner or wherever they're going, like Maxine Waters did, we have this right to do it. They don't run us, we run them. But I haven't seen that in a while. Do we want to end up like France? Do we want to end up like Australia? America. Start asking the important questions, not the questions of who has a shitty coupon code. The big questions of why are they doing it now? Why is it this critical moment that they're doing it now? Is it a stab at gun ownership? Is it a stab at Russia for them doing their juvenile giggling in their corner of the world as this administration melts down? Why? Why is it now? Why wasn't it then? Why wasn't it in the Reagan years? Why wasn't it in the Clinton years? Why wasn't it in the Obama administration? Why wasn't it in the Bush administration? If this was such a freaking problem in society, or on how high, what list of priorities do they have that this administration has? Ask these questions. Quit falling into the cognitive dissonance of the left and right paradigm and start picking yourself up. These people are not our friends. They were never our friends. They will say anything to get reelected because they want to hold on to their income, which is your tax money, and they want to hold on to their power to manipulate a system that does not work for us right now because they are in charge of it. We are not. Ask these questions. Stop listening to these people that want to sell you something. Start listening to the inside of you. Start waking up and making these conscious decisions to ask these questions. I know I'm going to call my senators, whether it be this weekend when I get off of work or Monday morning, and ask them the reason. And I'm going to tell them, do not, before they even give an answer, do not give me some bullshit explanation for this. I want something that's closer to the truth than the other bullshit propaganda that you spin out there in public. Do it to Fox News. Do it to the Newsmax or the OAN or whoever these people are. Do it to them and start having them ask these questions when these people actually have a spot at the table that they sit there and they ask these politicians these questions if they get called on. Because you know how Joe likes to have his handlers pick out the people to talk to. Ask these questions to your representatives and your senators. Why is it so critical in this junction of the shit we've been living through for the past couple of years? Why is it now? Why wasn't it then? Why is it now? Ask these questions. Stop falling for it. Stop falling for the bullcrap on YouTube. Stop falling for the bullcrap of politicians and start hammering on these points and these questions and try to get as direct of an answer you can. And if they don't want to, always explain to them that you are a voter. I hate voting for the change of my own oppression, but this is what it comes down to. They threaten us all the time. It's time to threaten them for their job, their security. It's time to let them understand that they work for us. It's not the other way around. I don't know what more I could tell people to get them out of the mainframe of either kneeling down to the altar of Jabbo or kneeling down to the altar of Trump or Biden. I don't know how to get these people out of that mind and flop their thinking device on to the point that they are just Americans. It's not about the left and right anymore. It's about the actions that this government is taking to restrict its populace. Whether it's the circus show of Chipman, the circus show of the ATF, or now this shit show in Afghanistan, and now the banning and the importation of certain ammunition. Ask these important questions. Do not take no for an answer. Remind them that you're a voter. Remind them that you pay their salary. Remind them. Stop falling for their bullshit. These are the big questions to ask. These are the big important ones. Not about coupon codes. Not where you can get a deal on this stuff. You should have had it by now. If you didn't, that's not my fault. And it's just going to take off from here. Ammunition will spike again. Be ready for this stuff. I said this a long time ago. Well, I hope you're ready, and I hope now that everybody says it's calming down, when it ramps back up, you heeded my warning and you started collecting. You started going out there looking for your offers at your local gun shops, at your mom and pops, and you started buying this stuff. So now, if this affects the ammunition market, it's not going to affect you. And when they say, oh shit, it's not affecting these people like we want it to, or how we thought it was going to be, if that's the government's thinking, tell them, we got you. Now give us the skinny on why you're doing this. And stop doing it. Because what's next? What is the next thing? It used to be, give them an inch, they'll take a mile. It used to say, give them a crumb, they'll take the cake. Now they're just taking large bites. And that's a problem. That's alarming. If it wasn't alarming enough with the pistol brace and the redefinition of frames and receiver, what is next down the pipeline? Is it something that correlates with this kind of bill that they tack on? Like I saw 5087 back in Chicago at the Gun Rights Policy Conference, where that stuff was actually thrown to the wall. They saw what stick and they implemented it in Oregon and California, New York. Is that how we're going to play this game? Think a step ahead. Use social media. Use these tools just like the left has. I'd like to thank all my old and my new subscribers, just the people that zip through. I greatly appreciate it. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share this video. Make people aware. Call your Congress people on Monday morning. Ask them for a definition of why this is happening now. A definitive definition of why this is so critical at this juncture that we're seeing the world slowly unlace. Like always, we'll catch you on the next one.